Hello all. Today I have a special puzzle for you. Now, this puzzle involving a queen and a bishop versus a queen and a rook. The opponent queen just took out pawn. Now the opponent have 3 pawns and we have 2 pawns. And we have to find the winning move. Feel free to take a moment to pause this video and find the winning move. Okay. I hope you found the winning move. So usually with this kind of position, you want to look for checks first. So in this position, we have queen check key, queen check key, and queen check key. There's also queen check key. Now for the h3 square, we don't want to take the pawn because we're going to lose our queen to the other queen. We cannot move our queen to f2 because the rook will take it. And we cannot move our queen to f2, g2 because the king is going to take it. So that leaves the h1 square. But if we move our queen to h1, the opponent's king is going to move to the e2 square. And what's the next check? The only way that we can check is going to here. Now, the opponent could either go to one of these squares. If the opponent go to either the d1 square or the d2 square, we have a lovely tactic where we can shift the queen to d4, check the king. Wherever the king go, we're going to sweep the rook and we're up a piece. Now, if the queen decide to go to, if the king decide to go to f1, now the only way we can continue to check the king is these squares. Now we can go to b1, but the opponent's king is gonna go to he could go to e2, but then we're just gonna be doing a repetitive dance with the king. If the opponent decided to go to so I'm just gonna draw some arrows first. If the opponent decides to go to f2, then we're just gonna have to go to the e4 square, and the opponent could put the queen onto the f3 square and force our queen to move somewhere, anywhere, but we kind of lost the tempo. Now it's for them to counterattack, right? The alternative is we trade our queen, and the opponent is up a rook. Well, not up a rook, sorry. Have a rook against our bishop, but they have a pass pawn, which could promote very soon. So let's say we go here, the king go here, we go here, and the opponent's king decide to go back. We give a check, he go here, and we could check, and again, this situation happens. Now, can we do any damage with this bishop? For the bishop to attack the rook and win some other thing, there needs to be some other material here. So the king have to be on the a1 square or the b2 square. But since the king is so far away, we cannot win this rook by force. Of course, the bishop, defend, and we could, we could move our king, I guess. I'm just trying to come up with some random moves, but we could move our king, but then there's damage from the queen. We move back, and this is very close to checkmating or some kind of trade, right? Let's say um he actually no, this take backward. But at the very least, there's some kind of trade or repetitive draw here. The opponent rook also come over here, which we could check us. We move up, and I suppose where else can we go? Actually, we could go here. Yeah, so if we're slow, we're gonna get attacked everywhere. So what's the solution here? Now, if we think about it, the opponent have more pawns than us, and the rook is more powerful than our bishop. Normally, with this kind of like bishop and queen, you either want to corner the king, in which case we cannot corner the king because as soon as our queen move to a white square, this bishop and the queen cannot coordinate. One is on a white square and one is on a dark square. Now, if we ever want to attack the king, usually with in some of the games, we want to push the king out, right, into the center somewhere, and then we do a checkmate with pawns, queen, and a knight or some other thing. But it doesn't seem to be the case here because as we mentioned, if we go here, the king is gonna hide right into this square here, and our queen being on e4 or any other square is actually a worse square than this queen being on h2 because we're kind of forcing the king to corner where he can defend, right? So I'm not waffling, but my point is that there doesn't seem to be any way to checkmate the king. So this is likely to be a draw puzzle. And it's very rare for a puzzle to be drawn, and it takes a very brave heart to um, understand that this is a draw puzzle and just accept it. All right. So let's go. Check. 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 And if we look at the puzzle, this puzzle actually have a 35% pass rate. So if we manage to got the solution right, congratulations.